Good morning. Let me first say, I hate when YouTubers clap in their fucking videos. You don't gotta do that to make a point. One. Alright, just starting that off. I want everybody to see this dog right here. This is my beautiful dog, Lily. Lily, say hi to the camera. This way. Look it. She's very shy. Look at her. She's hiding. She's like, Dad, I don't want to be on camera. Alright, so what I want to talk about today, one thing that's kind of been bobbling around in my head, actually, one of the main reasons, if you look at back in one of my last videos, why I got off social media, why I got rid of social media, but I still continue to have YouTube. So one thing I want to kind of talk about. Oh God, I hate saying this word. Politics. Oh my God, I said it. I hate politics for many reasons. Here's the thing. I don't enjoy politics enough to get into it and to read into it and to have all the facts and everything like that. So one thing you won't find me doing is leaning to one side specifically and shoving it down people's throats, because in all honesty, I just don't have the knowledge and I don't do the research to back my political views. But they are still my political views, so that is what it is. I find myself in many situations just out in public where people say, well, I don't want to get political, but, and then followed by shoving their views down your throat and making you feel like you can't talk because, a lot of times, actually, I want to say 99% of the time that I've had that issue come up, it's always been, views that don't necessarily correlate with what I got going on. But at the same time, I don't have all the facts, Sway. I don't. So I don't get into that because I'm not going to make myself look stupid. At the end of the day, I believe that, from what I see on the outside perspective, yes, I am a Trump fan. But I am not a Trump fan in the sense that I'm going to sit there touting off like he's the best thing, like I have all the answers. I don't have all the answers. But what I see from an outside perspective, looking in, I don't see any problems with what's going on. Does that mean that I agree with everything he does? No. And that's the problem here. A lot of people who lean one way have a hard time being able to see the perspective from the other side. They are just balls to the wall, 100% whatever they believe, which just doesn't sound rational. I mean, even the idea that we have people that can be a left or right or in the middle, it's not possible to believe and agree with 100% of the things that each party is having. And that's one of my main problems with politics is what would you call it? It's like organized segregation in a way. I mean, it's the best way I can describe it. It's obnoxious because here I am. I want to believe that the president that we have right now is the better option. And that is also a problem in itself because there's a lot of people that say they voted for Trump because it was the best option. Like they didn't want the other half, which I think is in itself it's an issue. Which is why I don't vote. And a lot of people say, well, if you don't vote, you can't complain. So that begs the question. So do you just vote so that you can complain, and so that you can say whatever the fuck you want? Because that doesn't really make sense at all. I don't vote because I don't have enough information, and I don't really care enough to spend my time looking in depth on these politicians, their past, and digging it up to find dirt on them and stuff like that. Because here, at the end of the day, if you're somebody who has our country, the United States, if you have how do I want to say it? If in your mind as a politician, if your goal is to better the country, then I'm in there. Like, why would I want to go against somebody who wants to better the country? it just, and again, I don't have the facts to sit here and say like, oh, this is what he's done, this is what he's doing, and all that stuff. I don't have that. But what I say is, when I listen to Trump talk, I like it because he's not your average politician. He doesn't go up there with some filter on and try to wow you with the way he's speaking. And a lot of the issues that people have with him is that he's not a typical politician. He doesn't get up there and sound like he's reading off of a piece of paper or off of a teleprompter. He gets up there and he says what's on his mind. He says what he wants to do, and he gets right into the point. And more times than not, I've heard people complain that, oh, well, do you want your politician to be unfiltered like that and talk like that? They say, I just wish that he would speak a little bit differently. And I say, okay, so I understand, because if you speak a certain way, you tend to come off a little bit more intelligent or a little less intelligent. I get that. But at the same time, would you rather have a politician like Barack Obama or any of the past presidents, really, that got up there and spoke like a valedictorian but didn't do shit for the country? So you rather have somebody that speaks good than somebody who just gets up there and says it how it is and actually does, make some moves. And that's one thing that I like. Whenever I get into these conversations with people, and I'm not very argumentative, I just try to bring up points that, I actually try to learn from it and bring up valid questions, like the one I just said. Like I have some people that are against Trump, but all the things that they say are digging up stuff from the past, are pointing at his the way that he speaks, how he's not your average politician. And the problem I see with that is, when we do have somebody in office that speaks like a politician and is a trained politician, nothing happens. And that. These people know that. Yet when we have a guy that's in office that says it how it needs to be said, it's like the United States is too soft to understand that or to take it. They want someone to say it lightly because it makes them feel better. Truth of the matter is, that's not how it should be. We can't be so damn soft. There's shit that we need to get done in this country, and based on what I see, again, not based on me sitting on my computer and researching all this shit, but based on what I see, things are going quite well. Trump has been in office for a few years now. I was able to move back home. I was able to get a house. I make pretty decent money for what I do, and I don't feel like all this stuff that people are complaining about is affecting anything that I'm doing. Yet they make it seem like the world is ending because Trump is in office. I just don't see that, and I'm not trying to say like oh, because it's not happening to me. I get that. There's certain aspects of his presidency that, one, I don't agree with, and two, that really don't pertain to me. There's issues that don't pertain to me. I'm not an illegal immigrant. I'm not a refugee. I'm none of that. So yes, that doesn't pertain to me. But I'm in the United States. I'm a citizen of the United States. So damn it, I'm gonna focus on the stuff that actually benefits my country and that is positive for the country. I just don't. It's frustrating, because the points that people bring up are not valid points. They're just, if somebody came to me and had a good conversation with me to the point where I could see from their perspective what they're talking about, and I could say, you know what, that is a great point. I don't believe in everything that Trump says, but I can also see it from your point, as to why you think that and why that might be true, whatever you're arguing. But it's not. It's never like a valid point. It's always, something pertaining to the way his hair looks or the way he speaks or stuff he's doing. There's a lot that I don't know about. which is why I just don't get into the arguments. But I'm making this video kind of to, I guess, voice my frustrations with it. I'm not the guy that's going around, like, I don't bring up, two things I don't bring up. I don't bring up religion, and I don't bring up politics, because, first of all, that divides people. I can be awesome friends with someone who just happens to be a lot more religious than I am, or somebody who doesn't like Trump. And there are times that you can talk about that. I'm not saying you shouldn't talk about that, but personally, I just don't bring that stuff up because I'm not going to base my friendship on with somebody. I'm not going to base it on who they believe in, what God they believe in, or if they are left wing or right wing. I just don't think it's not going to really get us anywhere. It's not going to, help us solve any issues. So, it's just very frustrating because politics, it seems like people have been taking this presidency way too far. They want to complain about all the stuff that Trump isn't doing, yet he's one of the presidents that I feel has said he was going to do things during the campaigning, and not everything, but a lot of it is happening. I mean, the guy said he was going to build a wall. Damn it, he's building a wall. He's making it happen. Do I 100% agree with it? Not 100%. Do I think it's good? Yes, we need some damn regulation. We shouldn't have open borders. That's just not the case. If you think about it, do I like the idea of just being able to free roam and walk into another country without having a passport or something like that? Whatever. Maybe that's not part of it, but either way, that sounds great that I could just walk into another country. However, there's countries that do that. And with that being said, there are issues that happen when that happens. So, yes, we do need regulation. If you come here legally, you go through the right process, I 100% believe that you should be in this country. Yes. You shouldn't be able to walk over or jump over the border, come over here, and make money and not contribute to the economy, because you're making money and then you're sending it back home. I understand these people need to better their families. I'm all for that because I'm a person that has more feelings than your average person. I do feel for that, but at the same time, you can't justify it because of your feelings. You have to realize there are laws in place. They're there for a reason. I don't believe that all illegal immigrants are coming over here and raping our women and all that stuff. I don't believe in all that hype. But I also believe there's a right way to go about this and to do things. So, do I believe we need stronger regulation on the border? 100%. Absolutely. What else? Gosh, what else did he say he was going to do? He said he was going to, something along the lines of, there was a lot of things that he was going to put in place to make a better life for the middle class folks. And here's the thing. One of the arguing points that somebody had brought up to me is that he said he was going to make, that better. And they say that he didn't. They say that he, that what's going on now, what people are bragging about now, how they feel like they're getting more money in their paychecks and stuff like that, that it's all just kind of like a sham. Like, eventually that shit's going to whittle down and it's going to, go away. That's neither here nor there. Maybe it will, but there's always fluctuations in things. I get that. But to that point, it was also mentioned that there are middle-class people that can no longer make ends meet because of what he's done. And I'm not saying I know everybody, but most of the people I know, 95% of the people I know are middle class. And I have never, in the last year and few months that I've been here, back home, my hometown, I haven't heard anybody complain about making less money. I just don't see it. It's all hearsay. People are saying what's going on, but I'm just not seeing it. I mean, if you go and try to research this shit, it's so hard to siphon through it because it's all just biased stuff, you know? It's not like realistic. Like the one thing I can say is like NPR is a super like whether behind the scenes they're left or right, they go right down the middle. And I really appreciate that. Not that I listen to NPR that much, but we just need more of that. It's hard to go and research. I can go and research and say, why do people hate Trump? And I'm going to get a bunch of reasons. I'm going to get a bunch of people saying, oh, he's the worst man in the world. But then I can go and search, why do people love Trump? And it's going to be all people that are doing the same thing. So on either side, it's just so biased. You can't really get good information out there. So all it is you're in public, and then for some reason a political conversation begins, and I have no evidence to back anything up other than the fact that from what I see, from the stuff that I have researched and that I have seen, things are going quite well. And that with feeling that way, it makes me wonder if people are just, if there's another motive behind the reason why people hate Trump. I think it's just a thing to do. Like you either love the guy and you're rocking his hats and you got stickers on your car, or you hate him and any chance you get to make stabs at him, you will. Anywhere. And that just bugs the shit out of me. If you have an opinion, I get it. But there's a time and a place. Don't bring up politics at work. Don't bring politics up at the dinner table. Bring them up behind closed doors or something. I don't know. Just don't bring them up around me or anybody because it makes people very uncomfortable. Just not a fun conversation. But yeah, that's kind of my talk about politics. That's kind of how I feel about it right now. Again, I am a Trump supporter, but I'm not the guy with the sticker on his truck. I'm not the guy with the hat. I do have a hat, but it doesn't say Make America Great Again. I'm just floating, man. I'm just floating. I like what's going on right now. I can understand that everything he does or anybody does is not going to be perfect. But yeah, I don't want to get controversial with it. You know, it's just, there's no point of it. Because then you lose sight of the real reason, you know? Why do you hate Trump? You know? Or why do you hate Hillary? Hillary Clinton, I can say I'm not a big fan because her and her husband stole a lot of money from charities, from people that needed that money. That's wrong. There's a lot more to it than that. But Trump, he's had a lot of businesses. He's taken chances. A lot of them failed, which I can respect. He was a little derogatory towards women back in the day. There's definitely some character flaws. But overall, I can respect somebody who doesn't drink alcohol, has never done drugs, somebody who's willing to take chances and to do what it takes to make this country awesome. Again, I'll say awesome again. I don't want to say the whole great again, you know, but I respect that. That's all I'm going to say. And if in a couple weeks from now, or if sometime this year within his presidency, if the world ends because of him, I was really wrong. Goddamn, I didn't see that coming. But we're good right now. Everything's good. So if you guys have any comments, let me know. Let me know what you think in the comments below. This is really, when I make these videos, it's stuff that's bobbling up here, and I just need to get it out. Because I don't have social media to do it. But I'm trying to start a healthy conversation. So let me know what you guys think below. You know, let me know some stories that you have where maybe you thought politics was brought up and it was just uncomfortable. Just tell me what you guys think. Very open. I love learning about this stuff. So if there's stuff that I don't know, if there's links that you guys can, send, please do, because I would love to do some research on this and get some solid research. I just don't want to go into Google and type in A or B because I don't think it's productive. So thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. We'll see you next time. Have a great day.